Hi. I put together a 30-minute practice which you can do at home. And the intention of the practice is to stretch, strengthen, condition the body in its entirety, but focusing more on core, more on improving quadriceps flexibility and some shoulder mobility as well. So it starts off quite slow with some warm ups, builds up the heat of the body with some standing sun salutations, and then at the end it's down on the mat for longer stretches. Okay, so if you have got a belt, a yoga belt, or any sort of belt, not one of the flexible ones, but something that's quite rigid, it's always good to do this. Now, I teach this in my classes quite frequently, quite regularly, and what we're trying to do is take the belt nice and wide, get a wide grip with the arms, keep the arms as symmetrical as you can, and bring the belt over the back of the head, okay? And then once you can get that movement, get the length of the belt right, do this about 4 or 5 times. And I would encourage you to try this, to do this a few times a week if you can. It really does help strengthen the trapezius and the rhomboids in your back, and the shoulder complex itself gets that flexibility in the shoulder complex, which will prevent any risk of shoulder impingement, of rotator cuff tears, because you'll build the strength up, the integrity in the shoulder complex. Okay, if you can do this, that would be great. Even if you're in rehab or you want to improve coming back from a frozen shoulder, or even a dislocated, you've gone beyond physio and you want some home self practice, this is a great movement. Okay, it's great for your posture as well. So you get yoga belts from any sort of sports shop or online. So that's a nice way to warm up any class before you come onto the mat. Okay, so the first part of the warm up is standing sun salutations. So with this, find a place on your mat, roll forwards, backwards on your toes just to energize through the ankles, get some blood surging into the muscles around the ankles, and spread your toes and feel the ground, feel the mat beneath you. And then very, very slowly come to an upright position, roll the shoulders back, and it's a slow breath as you float the arms up nice and high and wide. See how far you go. And as you breathe out, float the hands down. So it's just gently opening up the shoulder complex. Breathe in, lift the hands up. On the next breath out, bend the knees. Take the hands down towards the shins as you take the bum backwards. Bent knee forward, bend. As you breathe in, start to straighten the legs, lift the chest, and almost lean forwards to see if you can get your legs as vertical as they can go. And you'll know this because you'll feel your hamstrings start to lengthen and stretch. Okay, bring the crown of the head forwards, so you're looking for length through the spine, and then bend the knees, let the arms dangle here, but pull the belly button in. Pull the belly button in, slowly roll up to standing. So it's a standing sun salutation. Inhale, the hands up nice and high. Bend the knees. As you breathe out, bum goes back, hands comes down to shins. Breathe in for a half lift, leaning forwards. Feel that tension, that stretch in the back of the hamstrings, nice and long through the back. Breathe out, bend the knees, arms dangle, pull the belly button in, slowly roll up to standing, roll the shoulders back, inhale the hands up. I do about 2 or 3 of these just to get the spine moving. Bend the knees, inhale, half lift. So you're familiar with him, you can do as many as you want. Bend the knees, a little bit of dangle, pull the tummy button in, come all the way up, inhale the hands up. Another really good one to do as a means of a stand up is a warm up, is hands on your hips. Step 1 foot backwards, just a little bit, a short stride, and the split squats. Okay, split squats, gently taking the tailbone to the floor, bending through both knees, bending through both ankles, and flexion extension through the hip sockets. Okay, do about 3 or 4 of these. And then you come out of that, you lean into the front foot, bring your hands to your chest, and take a little bit of a balance here in a warrior 3, or even a Superman if you sweep your hands behind you. Okay, and then you come upright, step the other foot before, in front, hands on your hips, and some split squats. Okay, about 3 or 4 of these, just nice and gently, firing up the quadriceps essentially. And then take a little bit of a balance here, and come back to standing. Third one, take the feet out a little bit wider, turn the toes outwards, nice glide and squat as you work through the hip joints. Okay, you can do this with the hands, with the breath, lift the hands up nice and high, with the breath out, glide and squat, hands come down to chest. Okay, do 3 or 4 of these again, just to get the hips moving. If you wanted to get a little bit more heat in the body, a little bit more CV, again, legs out nice and wide, and then it's a swing in the arms. It's a modification on a Tai Chi movement, or a whirling dervish if you like. Get the heart rate up a little bit. Okay, And then we'll come into the first sun salutation, which is the basic standard sun salutation. So you come to the top of the mat, find an upright position, mountain pose. Inhale, lift the hands up, tall mountain. As you breathe out, bend the knees, take the hands down towards the shins. With a breath in, half lift. Lean on the front of the feet, lift the crown of the head forwards. Feel that tension in the back of the hamstrings. Breathe out, bend the knees, hands to the floor. Walk the feet to the back of the mat. Come into a downward dog and pedal the legs. So just stretching out through the calf muscles. And then drop the knees, tabletop. So shoulders on wrists, knees under hips. Breath in, tummy down, head lifts, bum goes up. Breath out, round your back, cat cows. Again, 3 or 4 of these cat cows. Breath in, tummy down, head lifts up, bum goes up. Breath out, round your back, pull your belly button in, tuck your chin in. This is great to mobilize the spine, the whole length of the spine. It's great to get the spine moving before you do any bigger movements to get that nice flexibility through the spinal column. Okay, and then going to the floor, coming down slowly on your fronts, tops of the feet on the floor, hands on the side of the rib cage, a gentle lift up into cobra, which is a bit of a back bend. So not going too high into it, just allowing the body to lengthen. And then breath out to the floor, push up onto your knees, tabletop, tuck your toes in, send the bum backwards towards the raised. And then driving down through your legs, coming to downward dog. Again, pedal the legs out here for the first couple. And then look up between the hands and continue walking to the top of the mat. You come back to where we started, bent knee forward bend to start off with, and then pull your tummy button in as you roll to mountain, start position. Inhale, the hands up nice and high. This time we're going to drop into chair. So drop the bum down, look up between the hands, and you start to feel the intensity of this posture. Okay, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core muscles, and breathe a slow, steady breath. Okay, I'd stay here for about 3 or 4 breaths just until you start feeling that intensity build. Taking a final breath in as you breathe out, hands back to shins again. Breath in, lifting the chest, straighten the legs, breath out, hands to the floor. This time we're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat and drop the right knee to the floor. Steadying yourself on your left knee, come to an upright position. Pull your belly button in, draw the arms up above the head. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, lean into the lunge, okay? You can draw the arms backwards, cactus the arms if you wish, or keep the arms nice and high. Taking about 3 or 4 breaths in this position, trying to remember to release tension in your body, trying to go deeper into the lunge. So you feel mildly uncomfortable, but you're not really pushing it. Okay, and then a slow breath out, float hands down to the floor. When the hands land on the floor, lift the right knee off the floor, step back into downward dog. Slow breath into plank. Slow breath out onto your knees, chest, chin. Take the hands down the side of the body, lift the feet just off the floor if you want, lift the chest off the floor just if you want, into a locust, and breathe. Again, 3 or 4 breaths here, just until you feel that initial engagement. And release. Legs to the floor, hands either side of the rib cage, push up into tabletop and back into child just to stretch through your lower back. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then come forwards. And we step the right foot between the hands, push into the right foot, come upright, pull the tummy button in, come all the way back up into your crescent moon lunge here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend through that leading knee. You lean into the lunge, soften the shoulders, pull the belly button in, and then again, maybe cactus the arms here just to feel that stretch through the hip flexor, front of the hip, and feel the effort intensity in the shoulders in the trapezius. Nice, slow, steady breath. Using your breath to overcome the feeling of effort, the feeling of intensity, effectively the emotion out of the posture. Okay, after about 3 or 4 breaths here, inhale the hands up. Exhale, float the hands down. Tucking the back toes in, lift the back foot off the floor, step to the top of the mat. Swing the arms forwards into chair where we started. And hold and breathe. And breath out, fold forwards, hands to shins. Inhale, half lift, lean on the front of the feet, find that tension in the hamstrings. Bend the knees, pull the tummy button in. Slowly roll up to a mountain position, roll the shoulders back, inhale the hands up to the top of the mat. This time we're going to lift any one foot off the floor, standing style, just to check in with the balance. Okay, just feel how you feel in your body when you come into these balances, and then float the hands down. And then we go again on the other side. So lift the hands up, and then standing staff if you like on the other side. Feel the balance. Good, come back down. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more to the next sun salutation. We start with chair again, so inhale the hands up. Exhale, drop into chair. Maybe going a little bit deeper this time. The trick with chair is to lean back or pull back onto your knees so your weight goes into the heels, but counterbalance that by reaching the hands even further forwards. Squeeze the bottom, squeeze the quads, squeeze the core, squeeze everything in your lower body, and breathe nice, slow, soft, steady breath. Taking a breath in here as you breathe out, hands float down to shins. Breath in, half lift, lifting the chest, leaning on the front of the feet. Breath out, bend the knees, hands to the floor. Step in the right foot to the back of the mat, drop the right knee to the floor, come all the way up. Inhale the hands up nice and high, crescent moon lunge. Breathe out, lean into the lunge, going a little bit deeper now. The body starts to loosen off a little bit, cactus the arms. Hold and breathe, nice slow steady breath. 3 or 4 breaths is good enough for this initial sequence of sun salutations. And don't rush the breath, keep the breath nice and steady, nice and soft. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, float the hands down. Okay, tucking that back, tucking the back toes in, lift the right knee off the floor. Step back, downward dog this time. And then inhale through to plank. Hold in plank here. Okay, we're going to roll over to side plank on the outside of our right foot. So roll onto the outside of the right foot. You can stack the ankles or put one foot in front of the other. And if you want, lift the left hand up, reach up, stay looking down at the mat. This will give you that focus, that stability. And again, if you can, 3 or 4 breaths here in side plank. Reach down to the floor, come back to plank, and side plank on the other side. So step in the feet on top of each other, or one foot in front of the other. Look down at the floor, bring the right hand up. Keep your gaze on the floor. Keep the breath nice and steady. Keep the body really strong and in control of your body. Okay, come all the way back to plank. Take a breath in here as you breathe out. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, locust. Hold and breathe. Exhale, release. Hands either side of the ribs. Push up onto your knees. Back into child just to stretch the spine. A couple of breaths here. And then come forwards. Right foot steps forwards between the hands. Tuck the left toes in. Lift the left knee off of the floor. Make your way slowly up to a high lunge position. Take a breath in. Lift both hands up nice and high. Even pressure through both feet. As you breathe out, bend the knees. Float the arms down to the side as you lower the tailbone to the floor. Breath in, high lunge again. We go again. Breath out, lunge dip. Really working the quadricep muscles. Breath in, high lunge. And we're going to take a warrior 2. So thinking about that back foot, we're going to roll the back heel down to the floor, turn into the left slightly, float the arms down. So look through the middle finger of your front hand, your right hand, reach back with your left hand. Just check to see the position of your left hand. Make sure your arm is at shoulder height, and then look back towards the right hand straight in front of you. Hold and breathe here, soften the shoulders. Make sure your right knee points towards your right toes and push into the back edge of your left foot to lift the inner arch, to feel strong in that grounding back leg. Again, 4 or 5 breaths in warrior 2 is really good. And then drop the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. With a breath in, draw the shoulders back, reach down to the floor with your knuckles. With a breath out, fold forwards for humble warrior. Slowly coming down towards the floor with your chest and bringing those straight arms up above you. Find the position where it's mildly uncomfortable. It's quite a bit of an effort, but enough that you can hold and breathe softly. And slowly release your arms as you come upright. Come back to warrior 2. Look through the middle finger of your right hand. We're going to come back to a lunge position. So slowly sweep the left arm, the back arm forwards. Up above the head, lift the back heel off of the floor. Okay, come into this lunge position here. And then what we're going to do is make our way into a balance. So we're going to reach the arms forwards. Little baby steps with that back foot. Just reposition myself here. And then reach forwards with wide arms as you lift the back foot off the floor into a warrior 3 balance. Hold here for about 3 breaths. Pin down at the floor, keep your gaze fixed. And then slowly come to standing star. You slowly bring the body upright, Reach the arms up nice and wide for control. Draw that left knee forwards and up if you can, and stay here standing staff. If you've got the range of movement, the control, reach down the side with your left hand, grab hold of your left shin and reach or pull back on the leg to find a quad stretch. Enough that you can hold and balance. You can counterbalance your left knee by reaching up with your right hand. And come all the way back, standing staff, and then back to mountain. We go again on the other side. So inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, drop into chair. Again, squeeze in, hold in, feeling the intensity of the posture, but breathe in, soft breath. Slowly float the hands down towards the shins. With a slow breath in, lift the chest, lean forwards on the front of the feet, lifting the heels quite light, slightly, bend the knees, hands to the floor. Step the left foot to the back of the mat, drop the left knee to the floor. Steady yourself on your right knee, come upright, crescent moon lunge, inhale the hands up nice and high, exhale, lean into the lunge, feel that nice stretch of the hip flexor. Again, maybe cactus in the arms here if you want to. It's just a nice way of really working the posture. And this posture is designed to improve your posture. And if you do the hip flexor stretch by leaning backwards, bending through that front knee, and then use the cactus the arms, that really does improve your posture. Breath in, lift the hands up. Breath out, float the hands down. When the hands land on the floor, tuck the left toes in, lift the left knee off of the floor, step back, downward dog. Inhale through to plank. And we'll take a side plank again on each side. So roll onto one side, lift the hand up, look down at the floor. Couple of breaths. Come back down to the floor, side plank on the other side. Couple of breaths. Come down, plank. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower to the floor, going straight into locust. Take the hands down the side of the body, lift the lower part of the body, the legs, lift the chest. Draw the arms down the side of the body, squeeze the lower back muscles. Always remembering to breathe soft breath. Releasing out of locust, hands either side of the ribcage, push up onto your knees, back into child, just to counter pose, counteract that locust. So allowing some space to be created in the discs in the lower back, spine. Breathing into your tummy area, so take the breath down into the lower part of the lungs, allow the tummy to push out on the breath in, and as you breathe out, go for a deeper stretch as the body releases. And then come up into tabletop, step the left foot between the hands, tuck the right toes in, lift the right knee off of the floor. Slowly make your way up into a high lunge. On this side, draw the arms up nice and high, take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend the knees, float the hands down, take the tailbone to the floor. Breath in, lift up, high lunge. Breath out, lunge dip. Breath in, lift up, high lunge. And this transition to warrior two, nice and slow. So you ground the back heel, you turn into the right slightly, then you float the arms down, shoulder height, palms down. Try to keep the torso upright vertical. You look through the middle finger of your left hand, but gently or casually glance back to your right hand just to make sure it's here. Often is the case is up here or it's down here or it's out to the side or it's out to the other side, but just check in, just teach your body where your body is in space, okay? It's what we do in yoga, it's called proprioception. Turn and look back through the middle finger of your left hand again and hold and breathe. Again, 3 or 4 breaths here. Pushing into the back edge of your trailing leg, making sure your front knee, your left knee points straight across the toes. Really working the quadricep muscles here and breathe in soft breath. Always a good tip as well to pull your core in these static postures. Okay, really start to work the core of the muscles. It's an isometric hold and it's a really effective way of building strength in your body, isometric holds. Okay, drop the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers with a breath in. Draw the arms back, chest lifts. As you breathe out, fold forwards. As you fold forwards, bring those arms up above the head. Really working the shoulder complex now and really working that front hip, that front quad. Hold and breathe here. Nice, slow, soft, steady breath. As you breathe out, the body releases a little bit. You experiment to see if you can go deeper into the posture.
As you breathe out, you soften any muscles that don't need to be working. Slowly come out of that, release the hands, come back to warrior two. And then we come to a high lunge. So you lift the back heel, draw the arms up nice and high. Reach, lean forwards with wide arms. Little baby steps, again, with that back foot to come up onto a balance, a warrior three balance. Looking down at the floor. And then slowly, taking your time, come to an upright position with your right knee coming up about waist height or a little bit higher for standing staff posture. You can stay in standing staff posture balance, or if you want a quadricep stretch here, reach down, grab hold of the ankle or the shin and draw that heel back to your glute as you counterbalance by lifting the right arm, the left arm up, and feel that stretch of your quads here. And don't worry if you are unable to grab hold of your leg and do this quad stretch. We're going to do one on the mat just shortly. And come back to standing staff with control and back to mountain. Inhale the hands up, tall mounted. Straight leg forward bend. As you fold forwards, keep your back straight, your legs straight, hands to shins. Breath in, half lift. Bend the knees, hands to the floor. Walk back, downward dog. Okay, this time with a breath in, lift the left leg as high as you can, three-legged dog. With a breath out, bring the left knee forwards towards the right elbow. Breath in, lift up, three-legged dog. Breath out, foot to the floor. And then breath in, right leg lifts nice and high. Breath out, right knee to left elbow. Breath in, lift up, three-legged dog. Breath out, foot to the floor. Inhale through to plank. Exhale to the ground. Take the hands down the side of the body. Inhale, locust, and hold here. Squeezing your lower back muscles. Drawing the arms down the side of the body. Feeling that squeeze in your lumbar spine. And release. Hands to the floor. Push up and back into child pose. Stretching through your back. And then come forwards. Now lie down on your fronts. And you can take that quad stretch here. So on your fronts, reach down, grab hold of the foot. If you can't, it's good to use a belt to wrap the belt around the foot and see if that helps in terms of your range of movement. Wherever you are with this, draw that leg on. If you want to go deeper, you can reach forwards with the opposite arm and lift the opposite arm off the floor. And hold this quad stretch for about 3 or 4 breaths. Coming out of that, we take a counter pose in child. So sit back into your heels again, and then come all the way down on your front for a quad stretch on the other side. So reaching down, left hand, left ankle, left shin, draw the heel in, reach forwards with the right hand if you want. Feel a quad stretch, feel the spine really working hard. And release. Push up, back into child, and stretch through your back. Come up onto your knees, into a thunderbolt position. Inhale the hands up. Exhale the hands down, round the back pockets or bum. Take the knees a little bit wider if that's better for you. Try experiment with this. And then you draw your shoulders backwards, lift your chest forwards, lift your head up just slightly, and gently with your core muscles, you push your pelvis forwards. You don't use your hands are just resting. And it's a little bit of a safe back bend. Again, about 3 or 4 breaths. Take a counter pose in downward dog. Bring the hands to the floor, tuck the toes in, lift the bum up, send the heels down, and stretch through your spine here and find that nice release. And come back into Thunderbolt, or on your knees, come up. Hands come across the chest, okay? Crossing across the chest. And what we're going to do here, with the tops of the feet grounded and the feet hip width apart, we're going to use our core and our glutes to gently lean backwards until we feel the quadriceps switch on and come forwards. Do this 3 times. It's a gentle release or lean backwards until your quads fire up,
come forwards, and then come back third time and hold. Isometric hold. Now you can do this for as long as you want, okay? This is really good for building strength up in your quads. And if you was to do this for a long time, you really feel tired in your quads, take a quad stretch afterwards, okay, with a belt or on your front. Great for that strength, great to protect your knees with good, firm, strong, vasty quad muscles. Come all the way forwards, hands to the floor. We'll come to downward dog, just to pedal the legs out here. Okay, drop to your knees and then roll back on your bum. Do a little bit of core work now. So on your bum, before we do that, let's get the legs out straight. Do a little bit of sit bone shuffle. Maybe hands on the hips. See if you can bring one foot off the floor and hold here. Again, really working the hip flexors. You'll feel it in your hip flexors. And down, and we lift the other one up and hold. Nice isometric hold to build strength up in the hip flexors. And down. Okay, bend the knees, plant the feet onto the floor. Reach the hands forward. This is all that core. So flatten your ribs, pull your belly button into your core and hold it there. We go on the breath out because when we breathe out, diaphragm comes up, creates space. We can pull the belly button in even harder. So take a breath in. When you're ready to move, breathe out, pull your core in and lean or take the body backwards. The feet become quite light here. When they become too light, you take a shallow breath in, and then as you breathe out, you squeeze your core, you come up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you slowly come back down again. Take a breath in at the bottom, and you breathe out, you come up again. One more, take a breath in. As you breathe out, you come back down again. When you're ready to breathe in at the bottom, shallow breath in, you breathe out, you come up again. You can do as many of these as you want with control. I'm going to go straight into the next core movement, which is boat pose. So again, you lean back just behind your sit bones, reach the hands forward, bring the feet off the floor. If you can, straighten the legs. Trying to bring the toes in line with the eyes here with straight legs and reach the hands forwards. Again, flatten your ribs, pull your belly button in. Hold here. Again, as long as you're comfortable to do so. 3 or 4 breaths is already good. And then roll onto your lower back and squeeze your knees in and out just to decompress your discs. Third and final core movement here is yogi bikes. Okay, so from knees into the chest position, extend your left leg, point your toes. Okay, keep the right knee into the chest. Take the arms out nice and wide, bend the elbows, bring the fingertips around the back of the ears. Slowly rotate your left elbow towards your right knee. This is the start position. We go on the breath out, we go really slowly. So take a breath in here. As you breathe out, you change. You extend your right leg, pull your left knee in, turn your shoulders to the right, bring your right knee to your left knee. Take a breath in here. When you're finished, as you breathe out, you go. Take a breath in when you're stationary. As you breathe out, when you go. Keeping your lower back pulled into the floor, breathe out, go. By pulling your tummy button into your spine all the time, because that's really important. So breathe out, go. Breath in, breathe out, grounding that lower back, go. And the slower the better. You'll soon start to feel your obliques really working, your rectus abdominis really working. Breathe out, go. And your transverse abdominis working. This is why it's so difficult for me to talk. Breathe out, go. Again, if you can, 5 to 10 of those. And then when you're finished, a little bit of massage of the lumbar spine. Drop the feet to the floor, head and shoulders on the floor. Arms down the side of the body, pull your belly button into your spine to flatten the lumbar spine. Slow breath in, lifting the pelvis off the floor into bridge pose. Keeping the knees parallel, using your glutes, your thighs, your lower back muscles to drive your pelvis upwards into bridge. Soften the shoulders, soften the hands, looking straight across the top of your body. As you breathe, you can see the breath lifting the chest, lifting the tummy, and you can see the breath releasing. Keeping your knees parallel, driving in through your heels and staying here about 5 or 6 breaths or even longer. If you're new to yoga, we're looking for about 20 seconds isometric hold in the postures, the asanas. If you're a regular practitioner, we want to get that up to 30 seconds, about 6, 7 breaths.
And if you really are pushing your yoga practice up to 90 seconds, and by that time you'll know what 90 seconds feels like in your body. Slowly lower to the floor. As you lower to the floor, keep your tummy button pulled in and you roll down. Draw your knees into your chest, squeeze and release your knees. Options here are to pull the knees into the chest to counter pose, or if you want, providing you don't put any pressure into your head, drop your hands to the floor, push your bottom off the floor, catch your bottom, straighten your legs, shoulders take all of the weight here, not the head, and come into plow pose. This is a really nice posture if you're comfortable with it by allowing gravity to draw the legs down. You lengthen through your spine. It's a forward bend, oddly enough. It's a forward bend and an inversion, and you can get a really nice stretch of your spinal column, your discs, your vertebra. It's a great way to finish a class. It's a great way to finish the day. In fact, in plow pose, it's really quite a calming posture. To come out of plow pose, bend the knees a little bit, keep hold of your bottom, and then slowly roll down through each vertebra of your spine and come to a seated position. Come to a seated position, draw the soles of the feet together, take the hands onto the ankles and a little bit of movement in the hips. And that's pretty much it. So we've done a few sun salutations which have been focused on quadriceps, thighs if you like, and the back, improving the strength around the back. And we've done a little bit of mat work focusing on core, which is always important. And I'll probably put another video up shortly to do similar, but focusing on tight hamstrings. And we also did shoulders as well. Okay, I hope this is of use. And yeah, enjoy your yoga. Thanks very much.